Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing so well today. This week I wanted to take a trip to the thrift store. I like to go at least once a season. I have a list of things that I want to make, and I also have a box that has been sitting there waiting to be dropped off. So today we're going to make my donations, and I wanted to find items that you can usually find at the thrift store and just turn them into something special. And also, if we find the right piece, I really want to do a clothing DIY, which I don't think I've ever really done a fashion DIY before on this channel, so this is gonna be a first. And usually at the thrift store, I find things that I like, but it's never in my size or it just fits really weird. So let's keep our fingers crossed and pray to the thrift gods. My list today is to find a top that has buttons on it. It could be a jacket or a blouse or even a regular button-up shirt. I am fine with that as long as it has a good fit to it. So that's gonna be the first thing that I look for when I get there. And then I also want to find some sort of wood piece. A plaque would be ideal for the project that I want to work on, but also a wood frame would work too. So we'll see what we can find. I'm ready to go, so let's go shopping. Okay, I think we got very lucky at the thrift store today because I found some really cute ceramic pieces, and I went in just looking for a plain white ceramic dish or a bowl. So this is what I picked up. I picked up this curvy soap dish, which I think just looks cute with this ruffled edge. This already has such a great shape, so there's so much that you can do just to transform something basic like this. But for this project, I'm gonna work with this dish because look at the cute little fruits on it. So you can see that the surface is raised and there's some texture on there, and this is honestly very cute on its own, but something that will make it even better is if we add some color to it. We of course are gonna paint this and DIY it, and for most of these fruits I can tell what they are, but a couple of them I'm kind of just like, what even is that? Like this one right here, I thought it was a strawberry, but it looks like it's a lemon. So we will see how this turns out, but I'm imagining kind of like a picnic setup. So I want to do some patchwork on the main center area here. The fruits will be surrounding it, and this will be so perfect for spring and summer. So the first thing I'm going to do is to prime it, and then we'll get to painting. In case you're not already following me on Instagram, I share real-time updates as I work on these projects on my stories. So when I shared how many layers of paint it took just to do the base, one of you guys DM'd me and said that I should add a little bit of white to my color, and that'll give me way more coverage just for the first coat, and then I can go in with the actual color for the final coats. And when I read that, I was like, well, duh, why did I not think of that? That probably would have saved me some time because it took me like 3 or 4 coats of paint, so please try that method instead of struggling like I did. Now that we are into April, I feel like this quarter is where I'm really beginning my 2026 because springtime always feels like a new start to me. I really want to know what you guys are loving for spring and summertime this year, not in terms of just like crafts or hobbies or home decor, but anything new that you've been doing that has been really bringing you joy. For me, I've been wanting to get more movement in, so I just got a walking pad about a week ago and it has been amazing. Like, I cannot believe how easy it is to get some steps in when you're watching a show. Like, it just flies by. I just started Bridgerton season 1. I know I am so late to this, but I am officially hooked. At this rate, I will eventually catch up and be up to date. One thing though is that I wish I could use it while I DIY, because imagine how productive I would be if I could just walk while I'm painting. But maybe I can get one of those pedals for under my desk, kind of like I'm biking while I DIY and craft. I feel like that could maybe work, but if you guys have any other suggestions, just leave them down in the comments because I am all ears. So here's where I'm at right now. I'm still working on the center part, and this was honestly looking a little bit iffy with all the gray, but now that I have some of the fruits filled in, it looks so much more cohesive. And as you can see, the first coat is always so streaky, but after a couple of layers, it will look great. There is nothing like a fresh start, and I think that spring is one of the best times to refresh your home. Whether you DIY or buy, it's so much fun just to add a couple of new pieces around the house. I've already started refreshing here and there with some pieces from Walmart. They are so kindly sponsoring today's video. I've been shopping at Walmart for as long as I can remember. It is one of those stores where my whole family would just pack up the car and go because they really had something for everyone. Like the first half of the trip, we would just all be together shopping for groceries, and then soon enough, my brother would be off getting toys, my mom would be looking at the clothes, and I would probably be in the school supply section. You guys know I'm a stationery lover, and that is definitely where that stems from. Nowadays, you'll probably find me in the seasonal or the home decor section because there are just so many cute finds for such a great price. So I want to share some of my favorite finds. The first definitely has to be my bedding. I gave my bedroom a little bit of a refresh with this beautiful blue gingham bedding set. I love the ruffles on it. It is so soft and comfortable, and pro tip, even though I have a queen bed, I actually bought this in a king size because I have a king size duvet. It just makes the bed feel fuller, so I definitely recommend that. And if you guys like this bedding, it does come in a bunch of different colors, so I will link it down below. Next, we have this beautiful vase from Better Homes and Gardens. I love that this is a wood vase. I feel like that's very unique. Like, look at the beautiful wood grain on this. This honestly would look good on its own, but I'm planning on adding some branches in here, and I'm putting this in our entryway. I recently just redid it. This is one of those pieces where you could put in any space, whether it's a bedroom, a dining room. You can use this as a centerpiece. I'm so glad that I found this because I've been looking for a wood vase forever, and this one is perfect. Also, this was under $20, which is such a good find. Wanted to give a quick update on my Instax printer. This is the Instax Mini Link 3. I have been loving this so much, and I'm so glad that I upgraded because the one that I had previously was from, I want to say like 12 years ago, so it was definitely time to upgrade. I've been very impressed with the quality of the prints and have been printing stuff non-stop. The colors from this printer are very, very vibrant. Definitely would recommend, especially if you love journaling and you love crafting, this is a must. Okay, and on to the last item. I got myself a Crosley record player in this beautiful green color. So I got this one to use in my studio while I'm working because I currently don't have any speakers in here, so usually I'm listening to music off of my phone, but this actually has Bluetooth capability, so I can connect my phone, play my music, or I can put on a record. I'm so excited to set this up because I love the vintage look of these, and the color is so perfect for spring and definitely within my color palette. Also, shipping on all these pieces was super fast, so if you need something in a pinch, definitely check out Walmart. If you guys like these pieces and want to see more of my favorites, I will have everything linked down below in my Walmart creator storefront. So I told you guys I was looking for a wood plaque of some sort while we were there, and the thrift gods have answered because this is what I found. So this is the closest thing that I could find to a wood plaque at the store, and honestly, I'm not even sure if this is made out of real wood or not. It very well could just be particle board because this is feeling very light. It kind of looks like the wood pattern was painted onto this, but I do love the shape, so at least it has that going for it. I was very much inspired by this photo, so that is kind of the vibe that I'm going for, and this artwork is definitely not giving that, so I'm gonna try to take it off with sanding, and then I also want to make this wood a bit darker, so we're gonna give it a nice coat of stain as well. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so this is not looking very good, and it's also not wood. I fully thought that I was just gonna be able to take off the painting and restain this, but I have to make my own wood grain now, so I'm going to paint this whole thing basically. How much better does this look compared to what we had before? I am really loving the tone of this brown. It definitely looks more cohesive, and now I'm ready to put my design on here. Instead of painting a background on top, because I know that's going to give it a lot of texture, I'm actually going to cut out a piece of paper with my Cricut, make it an oval shape, and then I will paint my flower on top of that. This has to be one of my favorite painting hacks, and I haven't done it in a long time. All you need is a water-based marker. I'm using the Tombow ones, but even a regular Crayola marker would work for this. And what we're gonna do is take a wet paintbrush, go over the marker, and ta-da! You have instant watercolor. Look at how soft it makes the edges. It makes it look like you just painted these on. You can even do this with more intricate details, but since I'm working on flowers, I'm basically just going along the edge to make a soft petal. We got back from our Japan trip a couple of weeks ago, and I seriously had the best time. The sights, the food, the culture, and the people. We were able to squeeze in Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka all in 1 week, and it truly was a trip to remember. We were there a little bit early before cherry blossom season actually started, but luckily we were able to find some early blooming ones, and they were absolutely gorgeous. I honestly could not get over how beautiful they were. So this piece is definitely commemorating that, and hopefully one day we will go back to Japan again very soon. So you guys saw that the first section that I walked to when I got to the thrift store was the clothing section, which I have not been to in a very long time. So over the past year or so, I've been skipping the clothing, which is kind of crazy because ever since I started thrifting as a high schooler, that was like the only place I was at. I used to spend so much time scouring all the jeans so that I could turn them into shorts, and also the handbags. I feel like they were so good back then, but nowadays you see a lot of fast fashion there. So I found a couple of pieces, and everything I tried on fit me super well. So I don't need to do anything to the actual garment because I really like the cut of them. So this first one is a boxy short sleeve shirt, which I feel like I probably had something like this in college. I like a looser fit when it comes to a top like this, and this is like a couple of sizes bigger than my usual, but honestly, sizes do not matter at the thrift store at all. And I really like the polka dots on this. Like, polka dots are definitely trending again, and I need something in my closet with polka dots, so this is perfect. I also found this oversized shirt jacket, aka shacket. I love the color of this. It's kind of like a muted pink mauve type of color. So these are really nice basic pieces, but I do want to transform them just a little bit because I've been seeing this trend of adding colorful buttons to your clothing. Buttons are really having a moment this year. Like, I feel like it's a whole aesthetic in itself. Like, do you guys know about the button girl on TikTok? That's like a whole thing. I have been collecting my own buttons. I'm definitely converting into a button girl. So for this top, I'm thinking that I do mismatch buttons because I have some like heart buttons and star buttons and little flower ones, and I think that would look really cute, especially against a white top like this. I've never done anything like this before, so I did watch some tutorials, but the first thing we're gonna do is obviously remove the existing buttons, and then we can pick out what cute buttons we want to add to it. So I just learned a new way to sew buttons, which is, I think, a lot easier than what I originally was planning on doing, which was going back and forth into each of the holes. So we're gonna try it out, and I will link the tutorial down below in case you guys are interested. I feel like this is a skill that you should know just to repair your buttons. So I'm going to try this out. Going through the fabric. You guys, lately I've been learning so much on how to actually work with a needle. I recently just did a beading project over on my Instagram. I made a beaded coaster, and it took me pretty much like 3 days to complete it. I had no idea it was going to take that long, but it was so worth it because it came out super cute. Obviously, I had to wear my new shirt for the outro. I am super happy with this. This was such a simple project, but it just makes it so fun and so whimsical. Unfortunately, I haven't worn the jacket out yet because it is so hot here. It's like 80s and 90s, and I just want like cool spring weather. So I'm excited to hopefully wear that soon. I feel like each of the projects this week were so different from each other, but let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Is it my new button pieces, my wood plaque, or my patchwork fruit dish? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'm thinking this is gonna go in our bedroom because it just feels so calming, and I'm very, very happy with how the flowers came out. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe down below if you haven't. And if you want to see more from me, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. Okay, the camera's dying, so I am going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!